everybody, and welcome to the Scott Show podcast. This is week 6 of the NFL, and we're going to pick them here live on the Scott Show, doing it up, making it happen. Now, before we start with week 6, I want to go back to week 5, where I went 11-3 on the night. 11-3 for the whole weekend. I only lost the Oakland game. I lost. And I had a hard time picking that game too, folks. I really did. And then I lost the Tennessee-Miami game. I didn't count Miami actually winning that game. And then I also lost the Jacksonville-Pittsburgh game. So those are the games that I lost last weekend. And hopefully I made it up and I can go undefeated for my first week ever. It probably won't happen. Football is any given Sunday, even though we have one game on Thursday and one game on Monday. So I went 11 for 3, total of 31 points differential for a season score of 45-32 with a 52-point differential. Now I got to tell you, a lot of those games were super close. There were only 3 games on the entire week that went more than 10 points. 3 games. The highest was 27. Before that, I still have nightmares over week 4 that the highest one was 43-point differential. So, points matter when you're doing the differential. And right now, like I said, I'm 52 points up on my differential, 45-32 on the season. And we're going to rock it out here. Week 6. It is one of those weeks, and I got to tell you, folks, it's one of those weeks that you can only dream about when you have Green Bay playing Minnesota and live in this town that I do. Now, you have Packer fans on one side, Viking fans on the other side. It's a big battle, big war that we have going on. So, that's what it is. Alright, so we're going to start on Tuesday. Oh, and I got to give a special shout out to Mr. Victor Monte, who likes our NFL picks and is now following me on Twitter. Alright, thank you, by the way, Victor, and I'm glad that we have you there. Awesome, and thank you so very much for following the show. So, what we're going to do here is we are going to start with Thursday and the big game between Philadelphia and Carolina. Carolina coming in the day with a 4-1 record, and let's see, the Eagles are also coming in with a 4-1 record. However, I'm going with the Panthers on this one. I just can't vote against Cam Newton. So, they're at home, they're at Carolina. I'm picking Carolina over Philadelphia. And there you go. Now, I am picking most of the home teams this week. Last week I didn't do that as much. But this week I am. I'm picking most of the home teams. So I have Atlanta beating Miami. I have Baltimore beating Chicago. That might be the game where I lose right there. I ain't going to put my money on that. So, folks, don't put your money on that. But Baltimore over Chicago, I have Houston over Cleveland, because I don't think Cleveland's going to be at all good this season. But any given Sunday, folks. Green Bay, I have them over Minnesota at Minnesota. I'm going to get a lot of crap over that, but I'm going to give it to Green Bay over Minnesota in U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Yeah, that's just what I'm going to do. Detroit over New Orleans in New Orleans. Saints 2-2 on the season. The Lions 3-2 on the season. New England beating the Jets at home. Then I have the Washington Redskins winning against the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers winless on the season. I think they're going to continue that. Arizona winning against Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers. Both teams are with 2 wins. The Buccaneers have 2 losses and the Cardinals have 3. So I think it's a big time for the Cardinals to pick it up. The Rams in Jacksonville. I'm going to give it to Jacksonville. The Jaguars hopefully will repeat their London calling and win huge. Pittsburgh and Kansas City. I think this game is going to be one of the games of the day. The Steelers come in at 3-2. The Chiefs are the only team undefeated in the NFL. And so I'm going to say that you have the Chiefs winning over the Raiders, or the Steelers. Oakland's coming up next, folks, because I just saw their name right there. They're right next to Kansas City. But the Steelers, I have them losing to the Kansas City Chiefs to keep the Chiefs undefeated. Big shout out to Mr. Parker in Kansas City also. Big shout out to you, big fan of the show. I want to thank him very much for everything he's done to help us out. All right, Oakland over the Chargers. Oakland at home. Denver over the New York Giants. I was almost going to say something different, but I'll keep all terrible comments to myself. The Giants, the 49ers, the Browns, and those are the three teams that are 0-5 on the season. So I think that Denver is going to win and win big there. And I want to know what Victor thinks of, or any of you other folks. So if any of you folks want to send me a message and say, hey, here's what I think on my picks, either for this week or next week, I'll certainly tweet them, and we'll even put them on the Scott Show wake-up call. And then we have the Tennessee Titans against the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis coming in. That was not what I was thinking. Okay. All right, so Indianapolis Colts at 2-3. The Titans also at 2-3. This will make a big difference in the land of the UFC, the AFC South. I was just thinking Vegas. The AFC South right now is so close. I mean, the Jaguars are 3-2, Texans 2-3, Titans 2-3, Colts 2-3. So we will see what happens there, folks. But I am going to pick Tennessee over Indianapolis. They are at home, and I think they've got it going on. So those are my picks. Hopefully the vice president doesn't show up in Tennessee to the football game to watch the Colts win or lose or whatever. But just don't make another debauchery of what he already did. All right, so this is the speed round of the day, and we will go through these super fast. I do want to give first a shout out to everyone who listens to the Scott Show, and I want to give a big shout out to Dave, who does a lot of the NFL pick'ems along with us here. And one year, we're gonna go back to back and see who wins, but we haven't done that yet. Didn't set that up early enough to do that. Maybe we'll set that up for the second half of the season. So, folks, here we go super quick. All right, we got Carolina. We have Atlanta, Baltimore, Houston, Green Bay, Detroit, New England, the Redskins, Washington, Arizona, Jacksonville, Kansas City, Oakland, Denver, and Tennessee. Those are the teams that we have winning this weekend at the NFL season, the NFL 2017 NFL season, Week 6. So, share, like, subscribe, comment. We can't ask you enough to comment on this. We need all the comments we can get to talk about how great we are here on the Scott Show podcast. The Scott and Kyle Show will be coming up soon. Either, I think it might happen tomorrow, or I'm not sure. Hopefully soon we get that back. We will have other guests. If you do want to join us on the Scott Show, even and just say hi, give us a shout out or anything, we are on Skype. So that is how we can do interviews if anyone would like to do that. So big shout out to all the football teams that are playing on Sunday. And please stand for the anthem and stop making a fool out of this whole thing. It's football, guys. It isn't time for political discussion. So for that and for the Scott Show, I am Scott, and I thank you guys so very much. And we will catch you guys real soon. We'll leave you with some music. So, Maestro.